Hello everyone, Mr. Dolphin here. Today I'm going to be showing you all of the crafting stations that you can make in Last Oasis. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the video. Alright, so I'm going to give you a brief description of the crafting stations in Last Oasis and what they do. I believe most of the crafting stations you can place on any walker except for the lumber mill and the quarry and the torque windmill, if I'm correct. However, you can put the torque windmill on a packable base if you want to do that instead. So let's start with the campfire. Campfire is one of the basics that you need on every walker or any packable base, where you can make purified water, bone glue, bone breaker, vision powder, and all of the other potions in the game which give you different buffs. And then after that is the fiber working station, where you can make fiber weave, rope, and more rope. Then there's the advanced fiber working station, where you can make nomad cloth, fiber weave, rope. And some of them require different resources like cactus and stuff like that. And then there is the advanced woodworking station. Here you can make wood shaft and fragments, which require wood shaft, I've found correct, is wood and fiber to craft it. And then here we have the Purification Station, where you can make liquid fuel and purified water. If I'm correct, you can put, it says here, and put sulfur, contaminated water, charcoal, and sand. Most of the working stations will tell you what you need to place on them if you hover on input. Now we're looking at the stumping station, and you can place in here stone, apples, corn, turnips, pretty much all of the consumable resources. If you put mushrooms will give you earwax, as well as palm leaves. In apples, in cactus, and aloe will give you water instead. And now here we have an advanced version of the woodworking station, which you can use to make fragments and wood shaft, and it will tell you here what you need to place: wood and fiber for the wood shaft, and I think you need glass for making the fragments. And now here we have furnace. The furnace, I believe it needs wood, and you can place here clay or wax and wood. And then we have the advanced furnace. Whoa, this thing is so cool. And same thing here. We can put clay or wax, wood, iron ore, and sand. I believe the this advanced station lets you make iron ingots, if I remember correctly. So here we have the repairing station, in which you put the items that you need to repair your weapons, your armor, and stuff like that, and your tools. So here's where you repair them. Okay, so now let's move down here. This is some of the things that you cannot place on your walker. We have the torque battery, and the torque battery is one of the important resources that you need in order to power some of the stations in the game. Torque is also used to give a speed boost to your walkers and to use some of the other stations, as I said. And for that you need a torque windmill. You can transfer them with a torque battery in a torque backpack. For now I'm using a torque battery to move the torque into my inventory. Now we have a soul excavator, to make sand, earwax, and clay. You can power this with a torque battery, and we'll start producing resources for me. In this case, I'm producing sand. Now that I have the torque battery, I believe you can put ash and purified water here as well. And then we have the water condenser. Water condenser produces water passively. So this is one of those things that you must have around your base. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you some of the in-game crafting stations in the game. I believe this is the Quarry, and you can power the Quarry by putting torque on. When I built the Quarry, does require, I believe, 900 torque in order to function, and this will start producing resources for you. Well, one of the in-game crafting stations that you want to have. So finally, let me show you the lumber mill. So the lumber mill works a little bit differently. So what you do with the lumber mill, you drag trees with a crane or a ballista into the lumber mill and will start producing wood. So all you need to do is drag a natural tree into the lumber mill and it will give you a large, ridiculous amount of wood. I want to show you is the crane. The crane allows you to lift trees and the nerd and other things in the game. Definitely good for farming nerd, for farming trees, which you need to drop into lumber mill, etc, etc. So we just mount it. Left click. And you can choose where you can lift things. Here, let me show you the walker climber, which allows you to mount your walkers very quickly. You can pretty much place them anywhere. So let's see. I don't know. I don't think it's a good position for it, but let's see. Look how quickly that goes. We can place. Let me place this somewhere else, maybe on the side. Let's go over here. Alright, let's put one here on the side. Let's see how that goes. Oh, that is so cool. That is really useful on war walkers, especially during fights where you're trying to just get away. Just get on the walker climber. Nice. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to be showing you is the tool pot, and the tool pot is pretty much a pot that allows you to place saw blades and the long saw blade. Go. It takes a little bit of you can place this on a buffalo and some of the other bigger walkers. I haven't tried to place this on a stiletto. And here you go. Now we're gonna try to put a saw blade on it. And that's how that looks. Alright, let me show you how they work. Actually, let me show them to you first. So there they are. And you can use this to cut trees. It also, they will shred the legs of other enemy walkers and shred through enemies on the ground as well. So it's a great defensive tool. It's also a great tool for farming. As you can see, it's a little bit hard to see on it. Look how far that goes. I believe this is mostly used for farming wood. I got some cactus too. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is the kite. The kite is a tool that you can use for scouting in general, or get to really long high altitudes. So we're gonna pull out the kite. And there you go. You pretty much, what you do is just grapple to it and let it go. And then you can use this along with a wingsuit, for example, to scout on high altitude.